used to release things before.
Oh, that's bad. You know, there's a company I want to get this. We can get them sent to and repunch them. So make them bind it.
It's easier to buy like a new one and then
It is.
start over again.
Nah, it's just, but you've always got all your notes in there already. That's the thing. So, okay. So number one, glad prayer is simply talking with God. Okay. So you don't have to mark it. If they're wrong, then mark it. Otherwise, leave them alone. Number two, Jesus said that God hates what kind of prayer, Declan? What does he say? What does he say?
What does Gleb say?
Yes.
Boasting?
No. Repetitive.
Yeah.
Now, when we say repetitive, it doesn't mean that you don't pray the same thing another time, or you can ask. But that most people think by repeating the same prayer over and over and over that it convinces God to to give in. So repetitive prayers. So if he doesn't have repetitive, it's wrong, or she. Number three, prayer is the only way to get power of what in your life? What is
Holy Spirit.
power of the Holy Spirit in your life? That's interesting because most people rely on their own power. I find myself often doing that, and I go, I haven't prayed in a while, and I haven't asked God for help. So it's the power of the Holy Spirit.
Name one, it says. Which one do you want to?
What is?
He named three in the next one.
Oh, but that's the next one.
Oh, and that's the next one. All right, Tom. There were three places of prayer in the Christian's life. Name one of them. If you name all three, it doesn't matter to me. There were three places of prayer in the Christian's life. What do you remember, Tom? What does it say?
Private prayer is
Good.
There, yeah.
Good.
Um,
That's a good one. You can say that's. You only need to give me one.
yeah, but that's all I have here.
So like in a closet with Wi-Fi is private.
That's private.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I didn't write anything like that. I was like, you can pray where you're walking or at home or something. I didn't know that you needed to.
Yeah. No, wrong. There were three places of prayer in a Christian's life. Name one of them. That I gave you three. There's private. There's corporate, which means in a group.
Mm-hmm.
And what's one other one? Do you might remember?
Well, I put wherever two or three are gathered in my name.
Okay, that's corporate. That's good.
Okay.
And I can't remember the third one all of a sudden, but there's public, there's church prayer, and then there's private. So those were the three that I was looking for. Number five.
Can you say them again? Sorry.
There's public where you can pray just with anyone. Okay, it's public out in the open.
Yeah.
There's also private, and then there's prayer in church. So just getting you to see that prayer fits all schemes, whether you're walking. It's just out in the open. You can pray. Is the thing. So now you are giving. I guess I can allow you to have that one, but I just wanted you to remember the three, especially the private one, where we don't only rely on church prayer. Mm-hmm. And so I was just trying to get you to see the categories of prayers. There are three ways to pray given in Matthew 7, 7, and 8. One of them was asking. What are the other two, Geraldine?
Hear it without ceasing.
Without ceasing? Well, no, we're looking from Matthew 7. Anybody else? What's another answer?
Was it like seek?
Seeking and
Knocking.
All right, there's just three. When you go to knock, you're seeking a response. If you're seeking, you're looking. So this is a way of praying. To get an answer from God, you need to pray according to whose. You all right, Bill? All right. All right. Don't let her keep you from making an X there.
He's gonna mess my
All right. And you can write the correct answer in there. If it's wrong, you can circle the right answer. To get an answer from God, you must pray according to whose will, Bill?
God's will.
God's will. That's your answer. Number 7, Gleb, list one hindrance to God answering your prayer.
Sin in your life.
Excellent. Yes. Pride is another one, which is sin, obviously, but it's generally there's sin in your life. There's one other hindrance to God answering your prayer, and that's not praying. But that's just an interesting thought. What is God's measure of success in a person's life concerning the will of God? What is God's measure of success in a person's life? That's kind of an unusual way of asking it. What did you get, Declan?
That's when we have close relationship with God.
No. It's not a measure of success. A lot of monks claim to have had a close relationship with God, so forth. No. We were talking about the will of God and
Living a life reflecting Christ.
yeah, that's a measure of success. But the one thing I was looking for was finding God's will and doing it. Okay, that is success. If God's will is for you to be born again, and if you don't get born again, you're a failure. If God's design is for you to walk in the Spirit, you don't walk in the Spirit, you're a failure. So the measure of success in a Christian's life is not what you accomplish in the world, but what you accomplish in the will of God. Are you doing what God says do? And we talked about 7 of those things. So it's finding God's will and doing it.
So submission to his will is right as well.
Submission to his will, yes. I put in there finding God's will and doing it, but yet submission is acceptable. Number 9, a Christian's actions are not to be driven by self-will, but by... Number 9, what do you got?
God's will.
Okay. Yes, or, yes, okay, or by the Spirit of God. But, sorry?
But, pleasing God.
In pleasing God. Okay, that would be doing God's will. Yes, that'd be doing fine. Number 10 is not important to know it is not as important to know God's will for your life as it is to what? It. Or Geraldine, what you got? It's Geraldine's next.
So,
Number 10.
there's no answer here, but it would be as to do it.
Excellent, yes. All right, so you can circle it, but put do in there and circle it so that he knows to put an X by 10.
Yeah, live it. Is that
Or live it is fine. Live it, do it is fine. Bill, will God's will for your life ever contradict his revealed will, his word?
No.
Okay, excellent. So God's not going to ask you to jump off a building. God's not going to ask you to go over and kill your neighbor. Number 12, according to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, lists the most important thing you must do to find God's will daily.
Ask and seek.
No, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
It's not what I said, so I don't know.
Oh, you said ask and seek. Yeah, not true. Not true.
But it's not my book.
I know. That's fine. That's why I say put an X there. What is the most important thing you must do to find God's will daily?
Trust.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he should direct thy paths.
Okay, now I want to define the word acknowledge.
You didn't. You wanted.
I want you to define the word acknowledge.
Acknowledge. In all thy ways acknowledge him. Well, ask him first. What direction you should take. I mean, whatever you're doing, whatever decisions you have to make. I mean, you want to go God's way. You do it daily. In all thy ways acknowledge him. Say God, you first, and.
Okay, you're exactly right. I'm just trying to put it into a smaller phrase.
Trust in God.
Okay, trusting, yeah, but you got to trust enough to do what he says. So to acknowledge means to obey. If somebody gives me a command, I say acknowledged. I'm going to do it, and so yield to it. In all your ways, acknowledge him, submit to him, yield him. The more you agree with God, the more he'll show you what to do.
So
The more you fight with God, the more he shuts it down.
So
Sorry.
it's trust in or out.
Trust is out. I want you to write the word acknowledge.
Well,
Okay,
seek
but I wanted to
him,
make sure that you understand what acknowledge was. What?
Seek him, love him.
No, those are all wonderful, but they're not what will. They'll not help you in the best way. I'm trying to prioritize this. What's the most important thing? To acknowledge him. If I acknowledge the Lord, I'm keeping him as in charge. That's what it means to acknowledge him. I keep him the boss, if I could put it in the vernacular. So in all my ways, keep him ahead of me and following him, and he will show you where to go. But if I put him to my side or put him behind me, he says, you're on your own. Does that make sense? Okay, so you may have different answers. I understand that, but I'm trying to get you to understand what the word acknowledge means, not just use the word. Number 13, according to Colossians 3, 9 and 10, your old nature is referred to as, does anybody remember, Bethany?
The old man.
The old man, as an old man.
Adamic.
What'd you call him?
The Adamic nature.
Adamic. No, not according to Colossians 3, 9 and 10. It is the Adamic nature, but it's the old man. I just want you have two of you, all right? You have the old man and the new man.
You're very hard to name of goodness, Greg.
This is the leading cert now. This
Oh,
is the
this
junior
is
cert.
cruel.
It's actually not cruel because what I'm doing is not, you're not going to pass or fail in life on this.
Yeah.
You are actually teasing out what do you understand. And so when we walk away, we can sort of say, all right, I learned this material, but then until we test it out and go, even now I'm understanding more. So that's what we're trying to do. This is a review that just helps you go, I'm getting it again. Because we're not going to go through it again. We're pressing on. And so it just gets us where, Adamic is a name, but I want you to go, what's the key phrase that I understand? My old man, the old me, right? That's the neat thing. The Adamic is to blame Adam. But what the person that I'm battling with is not Adam. The person I'm battling with is the old me. That's why I'm being so. It's supposed to be helpful for you that we kind of fine tune these things. And you may miss several. Don't worry. But this helps you go. All right, I've these are things that I want to learn, and we do think we've learned a lot of stuff until we get it tested. So that's the main thing. Number 14, give a reason why a person still sins even after they have become a Christian. Tom.
I've down here the old man, the flesh is still with us.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Anybody else have another answer?
Sinful nature.
Yes, good. We have a nature that is attracted to sin.
A person gives into his old nature.
Excellent. Okay, so you're getting the concept of it. My old nature is my problem. And if my old nature dies with my body. So when I die, all of a sudden that desire to sin will be gone. Number 15, how does God view sin, Geraldine? No, according to you. What is it?
According to me, how does God view sin?
According to what's written there, sorry.
Okay, so there isn't an answer written here.
Okay, that's okay. Let's go to Bill.
Hates it is written here.
Excellent. Good. Anybody else have another answer? He hates it. It's just like a doctor hates disease and infections and wants to get rid of them. And God says we got to get rid of that. We can't tolerate it.
What if it's as separation from him?
All right. Well, that would be the result of it, but that's not how he views it. Okay. I mean, anybody who sins against you, it's just going to be repulsive to you. Say, why'd you do that? Why'd you lie about me? Why did you come into my house and rob me? So that's how God views sin. Number 16, how does God view a Christian's sin? This is a trick question, Bill.
Washed by Christ's blood, forgiven.
You're exactly right. Okay.
I didn't hear the answer.
It's forgiven.
Forgiveness.
Okay.
How does God view a Christian sin? Through Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Through Jesus. Exactly. Yes.
As a family matter rather than a legal one.
Whew, that's precise. Geraldine, no, I'm joking.
That's how you answer it.
That's the way you answer that, baby.
Just like
Wow, where'd that come from? That was great.
Life study,
It's up to him whether he says
Well, I'm
that's-
involved in legal
I
matters.
know, he's really. That's great. Okay, so whose fault is it when a person sins?
The person's fault.
Okay, themselves. I like to blame the devil. I like to blame other people, but it's me.
Their own.
It's their own. Good. Romans 13:14 says that we are not to make blank for the flesh to sin. Now, some of these are requiring you to actually remember, wow, that phrase, something for the flesh, to make something for the flesh, so that you go, what does that verse say? Does anybody remember? What does it, Bill? Or Geraldine, did you do the next one?
I did the last one.
Oh, okay, so Declan.
We're not to make provision.
Provision, okay. Meaning you don't provide for the flesh. You don't feed the flesh. You don't put a bowl of food outside the back door to attract cats. And so you don't provide something for your flesh to latch on to. Number 19. Psalm 119:11 commands us to do what with God's word so we won't sin against God?
Hide it in our heart.
Yes, hide it in our heart. Is that what everybody's got?
Meditate on it day and night.
That'll work.
Memorize.
That'll work. 20, sorry?
The previous one. If you say way for the flesh to sin, not to make way for the flesh to sin, is it the same? Like, would it
Make a way for the flesh. I don't have a problem with that as long as you're describing it. Again, these are answers you'll give somebody else, from time to time. And if to make a way, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. If I have a struggle with, say, with alcohol or whatever, I choose a different path to go home instead of by the same pub I used to always go. So I make a new way. Every person has 3 parts. Name them. Let's see, who did 19?
That wasn't me. I don't know.
Bethany, you did 19. 20.
I think it's Tom's.
Body, soul, and spirit.
Perfect. List one.
Flesh, soul, and spirit.
That works. Flesh, soul, spirit. Yes. List one of God's 5 purposes of marriage. One was for to be fruitful and multiply. What's another one, Geraldine?
So, to be a helpmate.
Good.
Helpmate, a wife for her husband.
Good. Okay. This, but the purpose of marriage was okay. I think the 5 one was there was companionship. I gotta find my.
Not to be alone would be the same as companionship.
Correct. Not to be alone is good. Completeness. That's the answer that you're giving there, Geraldine, where you meet somebody's needs or help. Enjoyment. The purpose of marriage is for children. It is for protection and for representation of Christ in the world. Does anybody have something other than those 5?
Soulmate.
Soulmate sounds very Generation Z. Companionship. I will accept that. So instead of, let's see, so number 22, define God's view of marriage. Bill, what have you got?
A reflection of Christ, the bridegroom, and his bride, the church.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You can also say, as one man with one woman for life. All right, that's God's view of marriage. Number 23. Instead of dating, what is the godly approach to finding a marriage partner called? Internet, right? Which is not bad. I'm not telling you this bad because some people find good guys, good girls on there. Go ahead.
Courtship. I mean, it's not. It doesn't say here, but it's courtship.
It is courtship. But what have you got?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. Okay. So you might have something else besides that. So it's courtship. It's a godly approach is courtship. Now I know we all date. We all try to get to know one another. But boy, you hold to a concept of I'm dating for a purpose. Number 24, give one of the principles of a happy marriage. Declan, happy wife, right?
Yeah, that's one anyway. You pray together.
That is a very good. That's that's one of the ways to have a happy marriage. Yes. Anybody else got something else?
Both saved.
That's the best thing is if both of you are saved, you will survive. If you're not saved, and I wonder, a lot of people when people break up, usually one of them is not saved. Okay, now that's not always the case. Some people are very immature, especially when they got married. But salvation is a great thing that makes for a long-term marriage. What else? Anybody else got something else?
Bond friendship.
Say again?
Bond of friendship.
Yeah, I have more of a friendship than just a physical relationship. I have lots of tolerance for one another. Be agreed to submit to the biblical pattern found in the Bible. Look forward to children. Have family Bible time. Pray with your wife. So all of those things are great principles. What is the most important role that a husband and father has, Gleb?
No, I think it's probably somewhere.
Okay, Declan? Go ahead, sorry.
Provide for his family and something love. And lead, is it? And lead.
Yeah, probably
And
lead.
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 Love.
Okay. Is that true? You might remember, what's the commandment that God gave? Now, A man has a role as a provider and as a leader, but what is the command of God to husbands?
To be the head.
Oh, no, that's not the command.
Should
He
love.
did put him in a position, but to love his wife as Christ loved the church. That is his most important role.
I think that, but the role would be more of a, because loving somebody is not a role. Like this is what I was thinking. This is why I said leader and provider.
I know.
Loving as Christ loved the church is kind of like a commandment. That way.
You see, if you love someone, all right, I'm gonna toy this and tease this out. When we think of love in the modern age, we think of affection, okay? Whereas the Bible talks more about actions when it comes with love. So love not just in word only, but in deed and in truth. So a husband, when he loves his wife, he's not just drooling over her. He's not just kissing. He's not just holding her hand, even though that's important. That's all parts of marriage. Love the wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it is such a tall order that is infinitely invisible in this world. It's just not seen. So the role of the husband is to make sure that that woman's first over the job, over his other family, and that doesn't mean that she's spoiled. Okay, there's all kinds of things you have to balance out, but you understand what I'm getting at. It is his role, is Christ's primary role in coming to this world was to find a bride and to love that bride and die for that bride. And he continues to love that bride. That's his. He's interceding for us. He is there for us. And that is his role, and that is the role of a husband.
So a husband who loves the wife is going to provide, is going to...
Yes, now you're taking it to the next level. Yeah. Yes, because he's trying to take care of her. All of those other things fit in. Now that I'm a Christian, everything I do is for the Lord. But then he tells me, but make sure you love your wife. All right, so everything I do is for you and for her. And you go down the line. But your primary thing is to love your wife as Christ loved us. So it's a very deep truth. Okay, number 26. What is the most important role for the wife and the mother? Who was next? Bethany.
This one says keep her at home.
Okay, it's not the most important role of the wife and the mother.
Would it be to reverend her husband?
Yeah. If you don't, all right, so we always talk about mom and dad up at the top, but that's not where they are. Okay, in society, the very foundation of the home, the foundation of that home, everything that goes on in that home, Jesus isn't there physically. He's not there audibly. He's not there, the miracles aren't happening all the time. Mom and dad are there, so everything grows out of this relationship in that home. So mom supporting dad, as dad loves and sacrifices for mom, they're not neglecting their children, and they're not spoiling their children, but they are first a priority to themselves, and they build a home. And that's different now. We have it reversed, where so dad's at the head and he's telling the wife what to do, and the wife is complaining because she doesn't have all the stuff that she needs. No, they have to work together as a team so that home grows. So obviously Christ is the foundation of our lives, but the foundation of that home is that relationship. So husbands, love your wives. Wives, submit to your husbands. Be the help that he needs. And if you do that, you have a home that will thrive. So
the answer is to
support her husband. To
husbands.
support her husband. Okay. Number 27. What are children? According to Psalm 127:3. Tom.
Children are the heritage of the Lord.
They are heritage. Define heritage.
They reflect him.
Okay.
Their heritage, their, what am I trying to say?
Do you know what you reflect when I meet you? You reflect your Irish heritage, especially when you quote
who
Irish.
you are.
Yes.
Yeah, they're reflecting of who he is.
Excellent. So children are from the Lord.
From the Lord.
They're a gift from God.
Yeah.
They're a treasure passed on to
Yeah.
parents. So we've been given a loan of our children, and then they're given a loan of children, and they're given so on and so forth. So they're a heritage passed on to us. So again, these are all words that we don't ponder, and I want you to ponder it.
That's
So,
good, yeah. That's good.
Okay.
Sorry, Pastor, I wasn't paying attention. What is the most important role for wife and mother? To be a support and to take care of children?
nope.
Okay,
Of her husband. If her role is to take care of her children, her husband will suffer.
Yep.
And if he suffers, he gets frustrated. He's human, and things will go south. So,
For 27, the only answer is heritage, is it?
heritage.
Heritage.
And blessing doesn't count.
Well, you can use the word blessing. It is a gift. They are gifts. They are a treasure, but they're from God. Can a child be saved at an early age, Geraldine?
IBS here.
And that's true. Now, I did not define age, but sometimes we think 6, 7, 8-year-olds is too young. But, well, Samuel's a great example of somebody who at first did not know the Lord, and then he heard the Lord, and he was going to live for God. Children can be saved at an early age. They just need to know they're sinners and then be ready to believe on the Lord. So say yes. And number 29, children in Ephesians 6:1 are commanded to what, Bill?
Obey parents.
Yeah. I tell this all the time. If you got kids, the first thing they need to learn is not mama, dada. Right? It needs to be dada. I know that's first. But your goal is to teach them to, when you say, time for dinner, that they don't go, oh, in a minute. No, they need to know right then. You don't count. You don't raise your voice. They need to know. And you're not being bully. You're just saying, Mom's called us to dinner. Let's go. And they just need to go, yes, sir. Because the home will be happy if there's just not that rebellious spirit in there of, I'll come when I want. So teach them to obey and lovingly obey. I'm not trying to be a brute here. But number 31, is chastening supposed to be easy and pleasant? Bill? No, it is not. Not neither from the Lord nor from parents. Oh, did I skip one?
Number 30.
Thank you. Who is our example of how to correct and train our children, Bill?
Christ.
Yes. Whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and correcteth every son.
I find that confusing. I put on Solomon because of Book of Proverbs.
Well,
Yep.
okay. So then 31 is no. 32, biblical correction will deliver a child's soul from what, Gleb?
Now I'm thinking, it says sin here, but would it be hell?
It is from hell. When a child learns that there are consequences for sin, they can understand the biggest consequence is going to be hell, and they can be very saved from it. If a child never understands consequences and is spoiled and left alone, they will never want to be saved. It's not that you're trying to beat them into heaven. No. You're trying to help them understand there are consequences when I backtalk. There's consequences when I steal from my mom's purse. There are consequences when I lie. And that has to be instilled in a child. The only way you do that is through correction. Number 33, what is the root of all evil, Declan?
Sin is written here.
Nope. What's the root of all evil?
The love of money.
It is the love of money. It's the seeking to be rich. It will get you in the worst trouble. God has designed 4 purposes for money. Name one, Bethany.
To give to others.
Okay, cool. Yes. You might got other answers? Tithe, give to church.
To pay for basic needs.
Take care of your home, family. Amen. So,
To be used to serve God?
that is acceptable. God designed money for that purpose. Number 35, name a problem with money. Who's next?
Here it says it could become like an idol.
Yes, problem with money is we love it, or it can become an idol. I don't remember what my proper answer or problem. I thought I gave a couple of different answers, but I don't remember what else the other answers were. The problems with our money are people trust it, we love it, we think people are blessed with it. Sometimes we see somebody get a lot of money and we think, oh, God must be blessing them. No, that's a good thing to think, but that may not be true. And the other thing is we seek to have more and more. So those are the 4 problems with money. If yours doesn't match those 4, give me another answer I can try to adjust.
Obsession, meanness.
Meanness?
Yeah.
Obsession, I accept.
Idolatry.
Yeah, I accept. Go ahead. Just, I'm not
It
sure.
says can lead you away from God.
Only if you're loving it more than God. Agreed. It becomes an idol. So I accept. Again, these are subjective in some of these ways. Just getting you to ponder and says, what's a problem with money? And am I going down that way? Number 36. Name something that money cannot buy. Geraldine. I keep jumping around. I'm not sure where I am.
Love.
Is that you, Tom?
Love.
Love. Good. All the songs say that. Cannot buy love.
Health.
Yeah, that's right.
Cannot buy heaven.
Can't buy your way to heaven. There are a lot of things that money cannot buy. Tithing is the giving of our blank to God. Bill?
Income to God.
No, it's not giving our income to God. You're not asking for all your income.
It's tithe.
It's your tithe. But what is that? Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason I was reading it wrong. Tithing is giving of our, but when I'm looking for a key word, it's the word first fruits. Thank you. It's the 10%. It's our first fruits. It's our first bill we pay. Number 38 is tithing by our choice or by God's command. That's a trick question.
Sorry, so money isn't right in 37?
No, the giving of our money to God, yes, but it's you want to say of our first fruits. So it's our first bill to pay. Is tithing by our choice or by God's command? See, that's a trick question.
God's command.
It's by the command. Whether I want to or not. How much is the tithe? Declan.
10% of the first fruits.
Not 10% of the first fruits. That's very particular. It's just 10% of our income.
Oh yeah, probably what I meant is just when we were talking about how in the past they didn't even have money, so it was kind of like what they got.
Great.
And then they were giving it out.
So it should be say 10% of our harvest, but I would just scratch out of our first fruits, so it's not, you can scratch out of our first fruits, but 10% is the actual answer.
Okay, so it's correct.
It's correct. Just scratch out the last part there.
Not the first fruits.
Not of the first fruits needs to be scratched out, but the 10% is the correct answer. When a Christian does not tithe, what are they really doing to God, Bethany?
This one's blank, but can I answer?
Sure.
Robbing.
For 10 points. No. Robbing God. Robbing God. So.
Is there a sense of making a false god of the money?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, because we
That's
worship.
not an answer though.
Robbing
Where?
In the last one.
When it's going to not tithe, what are they really doing to God? Making it a false. It is part of it. But I wouldn't accept that. It is because it's got to ring true in your mind that when you're holding on to money, you're robbing God. Just as if I go to the store and I buy a trolley full of groceries and I walk on out, I'm robbing that store of what they are owed because of what I got. And when I have all this money that God gave me and He asked for 10% and I hold on to it, I'm robbing from God, and God takes it very serious. So it is not acceptable. So, all right, just for time, we're going to stop there. But next week we will pick up personal evangelism.
Nice.
So how does the score work if we're going to put the
So if you take and you add up all the X's and then multiply it by 2,
Yeah.
then subtract that from 100.